Hi,
Hello.
Roy.
How are ya?
Good. How about you?
Oh, wait, where's your phone? Where are you? Hold on. Oh, there you are. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, good. Okay. I couldn't hear you for a second. Okay, good. Hello.
The sun's starting to come out.
Right? Thank God. I will be right back. I just want to make sure you know it's here. Chair and 1 or 2 pound weights. I'm using to use cans, like little cans, but if you have 1 or 2 pound weights.
I got weights.
Great. All right. I'll be back. So I will be right back. 1 or 2 pound weights. Or I've got soup cans. So whatever you want to get, Betty. Chair. I shall return. 1 sec. All right, welcome to Mobility Monday, guys. Happy Monday. Okay, hold on one second. I got a bunch of people coming in. Hello. All right, guys.
Ready.
Hi,
How's
Mark.
everybody doing?
Good.
Good. Am I spotlighted to you?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, awesome.
You're always spotlighted to us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You know what? Thank you.
You're very
It's
welcome.
a beautiful thing. I'm gonna take that today and just remind my children that I'm a spotlight to all of you every day.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Thanks, guys. Yes, so I just wanted to kind of give you guys that update. I am live only, just so for anyone who wants to know. I'm FitRec live only, just for life decisions right now. So I am not actually at the gym personally, but I am here through this part. So I'm excited that I get to be here every Monday and Wednesday. Life is only taking you where you can go right now. So for kids with e-learning. I'm just grateful. You don't even know what's happening right now. Like if I could only tell you what just happened the last 5 minutes, I wish I could video 4 minutes before where they all go. Like garage, upstairs, downstairs, backwards, back porch. It's amazing. I gave myself an award last week, just so everybody knows. I said I'm amazing award. Okay. I've got everybody in. Treese, Betty, Loretta, Donna. Oh, MBCC is you guys. Mark. All right, let's get started. So you need a chair, if possible. We will be on the floor for some stuff, but also in the chair. And also 1 or 2 pound weights, if you can grab those. And also I can use like soup cans. That's what I'm using today for myself. They're like 14 point whatever ounce. So if you don't have any, I don't have 1 to 2 pound weights. So if you can grab that, and also your yoga strap. The thing that we're gonna do on the floor is some hip mobility. I'm gonna talk about that right now. And if you want to stay in the chair, you can. If the concept is like an egg beater, so you move your hips, we'll rotate out in like circles or move our legs and feet, kind of like you're in a swimming pool. And then we're gonna go the other way. So you can also sit in the chair and do 1 leg at a time if we're down on the ground and you don't want to be. And I want to talk about that right now, just so you guys are prepared for that. Okay. Let's get started. Grab your water close. Make sure you guys can see me. Should be able to see the whole chair. We're going to start standing though first, right in front of your chair, if you would, please. So move your chair back a little bit if you need to. And you guys can see all of me, yes? We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody then. I realize I have to move back and forth for when I'm standing, even though I'm short. All right, I'll mute everybody for feedback purposes. All right, so everybody, please come to standing. You can be on a mat or on your floor, feet right under the hips. Just want to take a big deep breath in, all the way through the nose, all the way up, and hold at the top. You can put your hands together, keep them apart. We're just going to hold. And we're going to breathe. We're going to keep our shoulders away from our ears, reset. If you can, I'm going to turn to the side. I want you to watch. I'm going to have you try to get your biceps towards your ear with your shoulder back and down. So it might look from here, I'm here, but I'm actually going to try to engage, squeeze between the shoulder blades, takes a little bit of energy, put some energy through the fingertips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly release the arms down. We're going to slowly melt ourselves down towards the forward fold, nice and easy. Just hold down. You do not have to go all the way down. You can just come here. If that's where you are right now. We're just doing a kind of just a forward stretch for right now. Wherever you end up, slight knee bend. Inhale in, and on the exhale, you might be able to go a little bit deeper. Inhale in again for me. And on the exhale, all the way down. And slowly roll all the way up, 1 vertebrae at a time, bringing the hands all the way up and back over the head. Fingertips are towards the air. We're going to take a slight twist, just very, very easy. Take and twist a little bit to one side, bring the arms down, look behind that back shoulder. We're going to lift back up. The mobility in the spine, look behind the other. And we're going to do this 5 times on each side. All the way up and all the way back. And all the way up. Try to bring those arms up again. Avoid shoulders and ears being friends. You want to try to keep your shoulders back and down, and then the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more on each side. And now come to the center. Take your leg, please. Lift it. Grab hold underneath if you can and hold it. Foot is flexed for balance. If that's too much, you just can set the leg down. Try to balance. And also, what else could you do? You could use your chair to balance you, correct? We don't have to stand and balance on one leg. We can work on balance though for some mobility. We're just holding our leg right now. We're gonna point and flex and point and flex for 5 more. And slowly set your foot down. We're gonna go to the other leg. So if you want, you can come to the other side of the chair if that's easier, holding on to the side. Lift that leg with one hand or two. Again, if this is gonna cause you to push through this foot, stand tall without rocking to one side and falling, and grab a hold. Foot is flexed to the floor. Knee coming right out from the hip. We're gonna point and flex and point, flex. One more. Set that foot back down. Wonderful. I'm just gonna move this chair a little bit up. I think this will be better for us. So let's come to the other side. This time we're gonna lift that leg up. We're gonna extend, lift, and lower. So you're gonna lift, extend, lift, lower. Try not to be able to hear your foot set down, okay? So it's nice and easy. Point or flex, wherever you hit that point where you're not gonna pull at your hip flexor. Gently, don't lock out the knee. Remember, it's for like hip, knee, in, and out. Just get that rotation kind of starting because we're gonna take and use that ankle. So while we're up, we're gonna do one ankle rotation and then the other way, lift and lower. So we're gonna squeeze the bottom out, one rotation, the other circle, lift, then lower. So here we go, however many. We're not gonna get too caught up in the number. If you feel a pull in the hip flexor, I just want you to tap, then rotate, rotate, tap, return. Rotate that ankle, rotate the other way, tap, return. Give me 2 more on this side. So whatever way you want to do it, take the modification if need be. You have 4 different movements there. Wonderful, the movement pattern. Let's go to the other side. Again, you don't have to keep moving your chair. I'm doing that so you can see me in the camera. You guys can just go one side to the other. We're gonna lift, press, lift, release. Nothing in the ankle yet. Active through the hip joints, knee. Your hips are squared towards me. If you feel like taking yourself off balance, take it off, and you can balance on one leg, pushing through all 4 parts of the foot, be my guest. Otherwise, hold on with like just a gentle touch. Now, for 8, you're going to lift, press or point, rotate, rotate, set it down, and come back in. So lift, out, one rotation one way, a circle the other way, lift, lower. Or tap, circle, we're on number 3. Remember to breathe. And remember your modification, just tap it. 2 more. I think that's the right counting. If you think you have one more, or 3 more, then you can do that. Sometimes I lose track of my counting. We know this already though. All right, and release. Bring the legs up one at a time, grabbing under. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. All right, do me a favor. Let's form the side. External hip. We're just going to lift and lower. We're not going to do anything yet except for just do a nice little lift and lower. Lift and lower. So now we're going to go lateral. Squeeze and lower. If you want, start to only bring back and touch with the toe, or set the whole foot down. If you need it, walk it out for a second and then go back in. Anybody feel this in their bottom? You should. For 3, for 2, and 1. Now I'm going to trust that you know I'm going to do the other side the same way, so I'm not going to flip over my chair. So we're just going to lift and lower the other leg. There's a slight knee bend in the supporting leg. That's your foundation. I want you to brace the core and stand tall, okay? So avoid doing this. You guys keep moving. These are just cues. I want to think, are your eye gaze, is it out? Neck in line with spine. Hips are tucked in. You're not like back this, right? You want to tuck the hips under. For 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Now, take the chair. If it's facing forward, wonderful. If it's not, we're going to stand behind the chair. Hands are just set here. All I want us to do is lift and rotate the leg out. So lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. You keep moving. I'm going to show you a modification. If you've been on your feet long enough, then all you can do is you can start to lift and lower in a seated position. Just nice and easy. You don't have to make it big. It can be a little small movement. So that's your modification. Otherwise, you're behind the chair, lifting and lowering, taking the knee forward, taking the knee to the side, bracing the core. You should feel this in your lower abdominal. So squeeze the abdominal as you bring it up. Lift and squeeze. Lift and squeeze. The bottom. Can you point the toe? 2 more. Now hold. Shake out the legs a little bit. Take a second. And now we're going to go the other way. So you're going to take your foot, you're going to lift it, and you're going to bring it back to where you started. So you're going to come behind just a little bit, lift it to the side, and bring it back to where you started. So it would look like this. You're going to come back and set it down. Come back and set it down. So we're going the opposite way. I'm going to come behind my chair. It's just easier to balance. Notice that my hands are just holding on. Well, they're not even holding, actually. They're just set there. The bigger this rotation, the more mobility. So if you can lift and make a nice imprint on the floor, and lift and make a nice imprint in the floor without making noise. Don't let it just fall. You got it? For 5 on each side more, so you go at your pace. You brace that core, you're gonna feel this more. Get something more out of it. 1 more on each side. And release. All right, shake it out, get a little sip of water. Come to the seated position for a few seconds. We're just gonna take a little bit of a rest. I want you to grab your 1 or 2 pound weights. If you have cans, that's what I have today. We're gonna take them here. And we're gonna start to do rotations with our shoulders, okay, and upper body, but we're gonna use this as some resistance. If you don't want this, guess what? Just drop it, okay? So now all we're gonna do right now is take from here and we're gonna reach and set down. lift and lower. Squeeze between the shoulder blades, elbows towards the back of the room, elbows high and wide, and lower. Let's actually come outside the knee. So set it down, squeeze, down, and squeeze. We're here for 30 seconds. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. And on the inhale, exhale. Breathing will help you get more out of this workout. For 5 seconds more. And hold at the top. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Elbows high and wide. Don't move. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower and relax. Woo! You should feel that. Lift, lower, shrug, down, in, down, up, down. 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. All right, now we're gonna come from the side. So you're holding them out in a 90-degree, 90-degree angle, okay? Coming out, you're gonna lift your elbows, okay? So they're gonna come out to the side. So watch number 1. So we're coming out, then you're gonna rotate up, you're gonna rotate over, down. So 1, lift, all the way up, back where you were, down, and together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So remember, there's 6 different moves integrated right now. Yeah? You're welcome. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elbows, lift, rise, down, set, together. Up. Feel all that rotation going on in the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just think in counts of numbers. You open, then lift, and then you're gonna close it. Are you like, how many more of these are we gonna do? Stop. Now we're gonna do an 8 count. So you're gonna 1, watch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can do the same thing, but 2 lifts. Are we in? I'm gonna do this for 45 seconds. Squeeze between the shoulder blades, brace the core, sit tall, zip up. So make sure your posture, perfect posture, right? We wanna sit up, press through the feet lightly. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So lift, now press twice, and you're gonna lower it back down. Elbows out. Now we go up for 2. And then we rotate down and together. Out, up, press. Now press. Come with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have about another 20 seconds. If there's a lag, because it is live, that's okay. You don't have to be perfect together, right? Make sure you're staying with your core squeeze, belly nice and tight. Last one. And release. Set those down on the ground and shake it out. Get a little sip of water if you want it. Stay seated, please. Once you're done, come back to the seated position. All right. Are we ready? We are going to tip forward from the hip. What that means is I'm sitting up tall, right? But now I'm going to tip forward from the hip, but I'm not going to go like this from the side. I'm not going to go like this. I'm going to do this. I'm lining spine, neck, back, and I'm just going to tip myself forward, and my eye gaze is going to be like 6 feet ahead of me, okay? If you've done body pump or CX work, possibly sit and fit classes, anything like that, that's going to be where that tilt is forward from the hip, and you keep your neck in line with spine. And take these plates, we're going to raise them to the side. You do not have to have anything in your hands. Stay looking towards 6 feet ahead of you. And we're going to lower and rise and lower and rise. Now, you can come in front of you, squeezing between the shoulder blades if you want that, or a little less intense would just be kind of just bend the elbows a little bit more. Otherwise, we're going to rise and lower. Squeeze. 2 more. Now hold. Can you pulse it? 5, 4, 3, slight elbow bend, 2, and release back up. Whew. All right, mobility, kind of rolling back. And now rotate forward, roll them forward. You ready to go for that again? Tip forward from the hip, out to the side, down and up. Squeeze, squeeze. Shoulder blades, right between them is where you want to feel this, upper back. Got strength in here with our mobility, right? We want to get stronger and stay agile. Everyone stay at the top for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, take these down and do our shrugging again. So we're gonna hold as close as we can. Might as well do your face. And relax. Everything. 2 more times, just like that, as tight as you can get everything. Hands, clench, everything. Shoulders at your ears. Face, jaw. And exhale. Last one, you're gonna hold your breath, bring it in, everything in, and then you're gonna release, okay? Get silly, why not? Life is way short, right? Here we go, 1, 2, and everything in, hold it tight for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 5, and release. All right, shake it all out. Can't get silly, I don't know what else you're supposed to do. All right, so shake it out, feet, hands, wrists, kind of shake them out. Take these wrists out. Let's do some wrist mobility for me, please. Thank you. We're gonna go down and we're gonna go up. And we're gonna go down and up. Safely, please do this, nice and easy. Don't over press anything. Any knife-like or sharp pain, don't do that. But push right outside that comfort zone. Let those forearm muscles start to, all those tendons, feel that, okay? Now we're just gonna hold, don't move. Thumbs together, fingertips together, if you can, and then slowly bring it up. Thumbs together, see how I am here? Now watch, fingertips together. I think you're gonna take a picture. Now down and up. That's hard, huh? Keep that thumb together if possible. Just 2 more. And here. Now we're gonna go out and back in. And out and in. So out, in. Try not to lock out your elbows. I just noticed mine doing that. So try to get a little slight elbow bend so you don't lock out that joint. If you want to claw the fingertips instead of having them all the way out or together, you can. Like you're opening or turning on a knob or turning a door handle. 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring it down. Let's do some circles with this shoulders, but we're gonna get really big into the circles. So we're gonna come down and back, and down and back. Let the hands drop down and squeeze back. Kind of over exaggerate it. Now 1 and 1. Can you look to the side now as you're going towards the back? For 3, for 2, and 1. Now, which way are we gonna go? We're gonna come forward, but this time, can you take your hand and make it much bigger, like where you come around and you scoop all the way, straightening it out? All right, someone's trying to get, let me see if this person keeps going. Please keep going. Wonderful. Make sure you're sitting up straight in the chair, please. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. For 4, 3, follow your hand. 2 with your eyes. And 1. Wonderful. All right. Next, start from here. We are going to take ear towards the shoulder, right? But we do not want to bring the shoulder up. We want to leave it down. Release, just really relax yourself. Make an intention of telling yourself for the next 3 minutes, this is going to be for your neck, so just relax. Welcome it. For more of a stretch, what can we do? We can take this hand to the side, thumb facing up. Reach it towards the back of the room. Nice, slow, intentional breath. Slowly, slowly, slowly bring that arm back towards the side on the inhale, and then we're going to inhale here, and on the exhale, slowly bring it to the center. We're going to do the other side. So we're going to bring that ear towards the shoulder. It automatically wants to start to kind of roll itself up. So make sure your shoulders are back and down away from your ears. You might feel a nice stretch right in here. If it's a pull that does not feel comfortable, any knife like or sharp pain, please not go that low. You can even do this. You can give yourself a little massage if you want while you're there. If you have a spot, I have a tight spot right there. So that's probably why I naturally did that without even realizing it. Also, the thumb towards me, palm up, opposite. Palm towards me, thumb up. You're silly sometimes, I think. As instructors, I always wonder, how many times do I say the thing that's most backwards? All right, take your hand towards the back of the room if you want a little bit more of this stretch. And please, please remember to breathe. On this inhale, bring it in. And on the exhale, come back to center. All right, we're gonna look towards that side. As far as you can look without overstretching the neck, okay? Trust my voice. We are gonna look towards your right and then come all the way through to the left. Inhale in, and on the exhale, travel to the other side. Make sure your oxygen is getting enough through the body. 2 more total, wherever you are. And on the exhale, face the center. We're gonna take and make with our nose those small plates, large plates, medium-sized plates, okay? So we're gonna first one rotation, circles, small little plates or small little circles just with the nose. You can close your eyes if you want. I think I imagine the plate better with my eyes closed. And instead of going right into the bigger plate, we're gonna stop in the center and make a little plate the other way. Since our neck is warmed up on both sides, you're just drawing it with your nose. So think of the tip of your nose drawing a little circle plate, like about this size like a saucer or a cup of tea. Now we're gonna go the other way with more like a salad plate. Ever since I started doing this, I'm telling you, I started using my dishes, like dinner plates, salad plates. Actually served soup in a teacup the other day. Things you do while at home a lot. And I do love soup. All right, a little bit bigger. I'm gonna go the other way. Try to keep yourself facing me, shoulders squared towards me. Remember, all of this has an intention, all of this has a reason. Our neck mobility leads to so much. We hold so much stress on our neck. All right, hold, and now we're gonna do that large dinner plate or platter. This should feel wonderful. Depends on how big you want your plate or platter to be. And now we're gonna go the other way for the last rotation. For 3. And 1 more. Wonderful. Come to the center, shake it all out, get a little sip of water, get ready to grab those cans again, please. We're gonna do 1 more of that same rotation for the 8 count. So again, we're gonna start here. We're gonna lift twice above the head, down, and release. It should be a little bit better with now this neck warmed up also, okay? So let's make sure we're set on the ground. Our feet are evenly placed on the ground, bracing the core, shoulders back and down. Set position, we take ourselves and we lift the elbows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So squeeze, lift for 2, come back to where you started. Open, higher, higher, close. Shoulders, stay away from the ears. So remember, we want to make sure we're not doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't get too caught up in the exact details, guys. There could be a lag for some of you in the video, so just keep moving. After this, you have 1 more wherever you are, and your shoulders should feel tired in a good way. And release, tip forward from the hip. We're gonna take it out to the side, but before we do that, remember this move here. We're gonna come here, we're gonna squeeze between the shoulder blades. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're gonna open up, and then you're gonna rise, okay? So you're gonna tip forward from the hips for pulse, 2, 3, 4, open, and then rise up. 4 pulses. You have 2 more of these. One-ton weights get heavy. And now tip forward for the hip, and we pulse for 15 seconds. And this is it, okay, with these right now where we are. Lift up, slight bend, squeeze between the shoulder blades, eye gaze towards the floor, and squeeze. Bigger elbow bend if need be. Three, 2, and slowly release and shake it out. Take those plates or cans, put them on the ground. We're gonna slowly rise. But what we are gonna do, make sure you have room, is we're gonna sit and squat. Our hands are gonna be ahead of us, yes? We are going to sit, feet are gonna now come a little outside the hips. Toes are gonna face like 10 and 1 in the squat position. We're gonna lift ourselves up through the foot, weight in the heels, okay? And you're gonna lift and lower, and lift and lower. Where can the hands be? The hand can be on the side, or the hand can start to come all the way up. Now I'm gonna talk a few things through, so keep moving. If this is too much, you can just come up and hold a static squat, feet 10 and 1 o'clock thing, knees are outside a little bit, facing out, and you're in a squat. You can go deeper and deeper depending on where you are. That's an option. Or we're lowering and lifting and lowering. Brace that core to get yourself all the way up, to come all the way back down. Push through the heels. Yes, awesome. You guys are great. I have to keep up with you. Wherever you are, whatever option you are, let's do this for another 15 seconds. Can you go a little faster if you want that modification? Or you would pulse in this modification. Whatever you want. So 3, 2, 1, release. Shake it out. Okay, well that was fun. Let's take that chair, place it to the side. If you can, grab a yoga strap or a towel. Let me see what time it is. I have some concept of what time it is. Okay. And ready. I'm gonna have you have a seat on the floor if possible. Otherwise, where do you stay, guys? Just on your chair, right? You do not have to come to the floor. We are gonna do some moves, but if you can't come to the floor, if there's anybody who can't, like I said, you can do leg lifts in the floor, or you can do your hip rotations on the ground. Any of the arm movements we do, you can do that way too. I'm just gonna show you what I want to do. Set that down first. We're gonna lay ourselves back. All we're gonna do is have a slight knee bend, okay? Keep those knees parallel. Shins are parallel right to the floor, coming out. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna pulse. Now, you stay there. If you're seated in a chair, I'm gonna show an option for this. You guys keep pulsing. You can tip back like 1 inch and just kind of hold. Shoulders are back and down, and hold. Bracing the core, pushing through the feet, and hold. Yes? Okay, so those are your 2 options. For 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and come up. Sit up, relax on the ground, whatever you want to do. You have a 5-second break. Hold, breathe, and we go back in. Again, another option, keep your feet on the floor. Tuck the chin to chest, lift the shoulder blades off, and we pulse. 30 seconds. Eye gaze is between your knees, chin is touch the chest, and you're lifting your shoulder blades all the way up. Even if you just hold and not pulse, that still is an amazing way to work out the core. The core is the foundation, right? So a lot of mobility is going to come from us having a very strong core, that we were able to balance ourselves better. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly let yourself lie back down on the ground or sit up if that makes you feel better, whatever you need to do, and release. I want you to grab a hold, please. Have a seat, feet out in front of you. I'm gonna scoot myself back. You can have my arms. We're gonna take our yoga strap. And all we're gonna do today is we're gonna come from one side, okay? And we're gonna go to the other side. Now, if you wanna grab a hold a little bit tighter, then you would just take, and it's gonna meet on the side and the other side. Try to keep your sit bones on the ground. And watch, so you're trying to get yourself to where it's gonna be a long line, yes? Going up and down. So it doesn't have to be way out. It can be just kind of close to the body. You're just bending the elbow back, and there's almost like you're punching the sky, and there's nothing fast about this. Brace the core to make yourself sit tall. It is not easy to sit like this, nice, tall and straight, pushing through the sit bones. Eye gaze is a little bit up if you need it. For 3, for 2, and 1, release. All right. Wrap that around your feet. Grab one hand and slight knee bend. Slowly tuck the chin to chest, and we're gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time to hold. You might feel a stretch through your hamstrings, through your lower back. Just release a little bit. Have a very big knee bend if need be, okay? You can come all the way towards here where you're just bringing your knees in towards your chest. But please tuck your chin to chest and have it face towards your knees. For 3 big breaths. Wonderful, and slowly roll yourself back up. Let's take and move this out of the way. We're gonna take our plate, if you're on the ground, or you could be again in the chair. And this time, we're gonna take, watch. I'm gonna try to set my foot out and set my foot in, then set my foot out, then set my foot in. If I want to slowly start bending the leg towards me, now if you think about kind of drawing with your toe, the letter U. So you're making a U or a V, I guess you could say, but you lift the knee in towards you, and then a little circular rotation to get it back out. And then you lift it in and put it back where you started. Feet coming straight out from the hip, okay? From the front, it would kind of look a little bit more like this. You would like lift in and set down, and then lift in and set down. In, set down, and then back the other way. I have your brain like working like too, right? Because mine has to. Look at this, look what I'm doing. What am I doing? I just realized it. Posture, shoulders back and down, then do it. There you go. So if you start to feel yourself hunching over, straighten yourself out. Shake it out if you need it, and then go back in. So the more we can bring this knee in, think about it. Think about this kind of thing where you would hold, yeah, or underneath, and you could hold it up, and then you would let it set back down, and then you would bring it back up and set it down. And then maybe one side is easier to bring it all the way to the chest. See how the knee comes all the way up towards the chest? You're on your sit bone. One more on each side. And hold. You're gonna take hands right underneath, right by the side of the hip. Okay, we're gonna point and flex, but each one separate. So point, if you have shoes on, this might be a little harder. I'm just realizing you don't have shoes. I'm gonna take my shoes off. You don't need shoes for the rest of the class. So if you wanna take your shoes off, if you have them on, you can. You're gonna point and flex and point, flex. Heel all the way up to the T-band, all the way down. Now flex. Separate the toes if possible. I'm like taking my feet, getting everything off them apparently. Take those toes, separate them as much as you can, even if you have to take your whole hand down and make them separate on their own. Hold, now point. Bring them all together. If you get to get a little bit of foot cramp or something and you have to work it out, give yourself a break. And now lift it up. All right, come towards the center, front for me, please. We're gonna do our 90-90 before we end. Just for a nice stretch through the hip. We did a lot of hip work, so towards the front, hip points towards me, 90 degrees, feet are active and there's energy through both feet. We're gonna take it, crawl ourselves forward, tipping forward and coming down towards the floor, forehead to the floor if you can, that's up to you. If where you are today is right here, that's perfectly awesome too. What if I asked every one of you to smile? Would that be really daring? Now for the next 30 seconds, nice inhale in through the nose. And on the exhale, I want you to walk yourself 1 inch further wherever you are. And hold. Keep activity and energy running through the feet. If you need to wiggle your feet a little bit or give yourself a little bit of a foot massage while you're down here, you might as well. You can get a 2-for-1. You can use those fingertips and thumbs to get in towards the heel. Or just relax, it's up to you. Some people like to stay a little bit more active and do another thing. Otherwise, just stay quiet in your own self. For 3, for 2, and slowly roll up to center. Safely bring this leg around. Switch sides, please. This leg comes up, this leg goes out. Both feet have activity and energy. Shift yourself so both hips face me, right? This leg. 90-90, so think, where am I at? You might be a little more flexible on one side, you know that. So shift yourself forward, take a nice inhale in, and walk yourself. Tuck that chin to chest and sort of push yourself forward a little bit through this hip and bottom, all the hip complex. Should be a little bit easier to do because we've done a little bit of hip mobility. So this would have been a little harder to get into if we first started. So that's the concept. We've done this before, and you might be like, wow, I'm a little bit warmer getting into this stretch. The reason is because you're actually been mobile for the last, I don't know, 37, 38 minutes. So things should be a little bit easier to get into. Don't forget to breathe. So much to think about. Most importantly, remember, keep that energy through the feet. And on the next inhale in, you're gonna exhale and 1 inch further wherever you are for 30 seconds. Again, for me, while I'm down here, I like to kind of, my sinus fasciitis, I like to kind of take my fingertips and go around, especially my heel, if I've done some walking this morning, up through the arch of my feet, into the toes. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly rise up. They come to a seated position, please. Cross those legs. Pet yourself. Take a nice slow twist back where we were, very slowly. Grab one side on the ground, the other side somewhat behind us, and tip ourselves around. Yep, there we go. I would say a little tip. A little tip where you brace the core as you look over that back shoulder. To get from what sometimes is a very tense mouth, try to relax your mouth, even smile if you want a little. And on the inhale, exhale towards the front. Find the other way, slowly, slowly, slowly come to the other side. Be able to look about 2 inches further past with that neck warmed up and nice and mobile. Keep that fluidity. That's the word, right? Balance is better, posture is stronger. On the inhale, up, and now exhale towards me. And do a couple shoulders up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then a couple rolls so that shoulders, hips and shoulders were being for the day. And then forward. And grabbing the floor if you need to be. I like to do a visual, like to grab at the floor. I think it probably does funny. And smile, right? Take yourself right through to the center. Inhale in all the way up towards the sky. Bring it back down into the heart. Together. Intention for the day, wherever you are, whatever it is. Thank you for coming for self-care. And we'll be Monday. Have a great day. And I will see you on Wednesday for Lengthen and Strengthen. Thank you. Great job. Great job today, you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Have a
Just-
great day.
Just remember, I was there for the full class. She was 10 minutes late. Just remember that.
I will remember. Thanks,
Sorry.
guys. Bye.
Bye.